Something that I've realized within the MMA community is that we are very quick to have double standards for certain fighters, and it honestly takes away from the shine that many of these fighters rightfully deserve. Take Carlos Ulberg for example. He is the current light heavyweight champion of the world right now, but the whole manner of which he had to go through to win the belt was very special. He was fighting Yuri Prohashka. And now what you have to understand about Yuri Prohashka is that none of his fights have ever reached decision. Even the fights that he's lost, he's either been brutally knocked out or he brutally knocks you out. He is a do or die fighter, by definition. So halfway through the first round, Carlos Ulberg's ACL just explodes. It's gone. It's gone in the first round, and he has to think, I have to fight one of the most dangerous fighters in the light heavyweight division for 23 minutes left with an ACL that's just gone. So Carlos Ulberg decides to have one of the greatest lock-ins of his entire career and check hooks Yuri Prohaska as Yuri Prohaska is going to finish Carlos Ulberg, because that is what Carlos Ulberg was. He was a wounded animal bleeding out in that fight. And he went out and he knocked him out and became the new light heavyweight champion. So when Carlos Ulberg knocks out Yuri Prohaska, becomes the light heavyweight champion, everybody is shocked. Nobody knows what to believe anymore, because he basically took victory from the jaws of defeat. But many fans in response to this fight were very, very in favor of Yuri. Yuri was having this excuse of saying that, oh, I had mercy, I was only going halfway, and I find that it's a very boring and bland excuse, because you have only won one title fight in your entire career. You get knocked out by Alex Pereira, and then you get knocked out by Carlos Ulberg, all because of many things that fans have noticed about you, and we all know that you keep your hands low and your head up, chin all up in the air. But that's not what this video is about. That's going to be for another day. What I wanted to say is that people took away the greatness of what Carlos did that night to feel bad for Yuri. And I'm making this video now because this is after UFC 329, McGregor versus Holloway 2. And if you don't know, McGregor's knee just gave out completely. 5 years away from the sport, doing things he should not have been doing all types of stuff. Yes, that is going to be a product of what happens when you do the things that you were doing from those 5 years you were gone. And it's the fact that Conor McGregor suffered a very similar injury to that of a Carlos Ulberg. He was in the same position as a Carlos Ulberg, but McGregor had seemingly gave up. McGregor gave up in his return fight, with millions of more eyes watching him than there were Carlos Ulberg that night. And I find it funny how we just didn't give Carlos that respect that he deserves. And I think after this fight, it should change now. After the McGregor fight, I think we all need to give Carlos more respect and give him far more credit for what he did that day and just how impressive it truly was. Because not many people can face Yuri Prohaska, one of the most dangerous finishers in UFC history, on a torn ACL in a title fight. Not many people can do that. I don't think Alex Pereira could do that. I don't think a Khalil Roundtree could do that. I don't think there's many fighters who could stand in front of Yuri Prohaska with that type of injury affecting them.